That the urgent needs of African countries to mitigate the deadly effects of rising temperatures receive priority. This as negotiations for a legally binding agreement enter the final week of the summit.
It's the final push now at the COP21 conference. A deal on how to cut gas emissions to reduce the rise in global temperatures has to be found at the end of this week. And it has to be binding with clear commitments and consequences for those who do not comply. But African countries want more than that if the deal is to be accepted. They have mobilized themselves and crafted a strong demand for mitigation and adaptation finance to be at the center of any agreement to be reached here.
We did not come here to beg. We did not come here as beggars. We want to see fairness, equal treatment.
At the center of their argument is that as poor and least developed countries, they contributed very little to this problem of climate change, and yet they are the worst affected.
This financial support we're asking is not really charity. I have contributed very little, but it has cost me so much, and I'm not responsible for this.
Africa's oil-producing countries that depend on oil revenues to sustain their economies also argued that the cutting down of gas emissions should not deprive them of their right to economic development.
Poverty, weak human resource capacity and economic vulnerabilities, and ensure that these are included in our agenda.
The Africa Group has also rejected the attitude of some developed countries who want to attach conditions to the financial support for mitigation.
Like the issue, for instance, of finances, just saying that we may not be able to fund or to finance the programs if certain things are not happening. It can't be. It shouldn't be. It should be that this is a space for all of us to negotiate as equal partners under the UNFCCC.
The conference enters its final week and delegates are expected to come up with a legally binding agreement. But with Africa taking a very hardline approach, negotiations are expected to be a make or break. Tammy Dixon, SABC News in Paris.